I think for us, the first thing I would say is that the purpose of our business has become more clear than ever in many ways. I mean, at Lazada, I think we talk about us being a part of driving the progress in Southeast Asia. And we are, I mean, when you look at e-commerce, right? I mean, retail is like societies or part of the infrastructure in society, right? And I think that what we have been able to do, or do our best to do, I should say, for SMEs, for brands and for customers every single day, it's a mission, it's a responsibility that we take extremely seriously and really do our best every single day to both earn the trust and to make sure that we deliver on what we set out to do. Right. So the one thing that has become very evident is that working together is the only way to how to run a business and run a company. The point on employee engagement is also, it's extremely important, right? And how you also take time to talk to people, ask how someone is doing, what someone needs, or what are the challenges that they face, right? Because when we tell people to work from home, right, not everyone has a good or a possibility to do that in a good way. We have a lot of people who are out in our facilities, in our logistics operations and so on, right? And that is, of course, where by nature you can't do that from behind a screen, right? So I think that overall, I would say that it has worked better than we expected, and I think that many companies will say that, wow, it's actually possible to do this. But what I would caution against is to interpret the fact that you can run the company on a distance, that's the same thing, that it's a good thing to do so. Because to maintain what you do is one thing, but when you talk about how do we problem solve, how do we innovate, how do we push the boundaries, how do we get those last 20% out of the whole organization that really at the end of the day makes the difference, that is a completely different thing. So 2020 has been a very transformative year also in terms of how people are shopping online. So you have people are also starting to look for new types of products and different products than they perhaps were buying online. You have new groups of customers from new demographics, new age groups that are coming online. The question of trust in online platform, the question in terms of, am I buying a good quality product? Am I buying an authentic product? Can I trust the source and so on? All of a sudden, the customer communication from us as an e-commerce platform became more important than ever. We need to make sure that we really understand what are the everyday concerns of our end users and how do we address them in the best way possible. The more transformative change has been on the how SMEs and brands look in terms of their channel strategy and their go-to-market strategy. And when you all of a sudden are faced with the situation that my shops are closed, I can't reach my customers. E-commerce and the online channels became, in the first phase, the one sort of go-to platform that was available. So the inflow of new both SMEs as well as brands, it grew during the peak months, especially 3, 4, 5 times compared to the normal levels. I think that sellers are seeing online as an incremental accretive channel that increases their reach compared to their regular offline retail presence. It doesn't mean that the offline retail presence is no longer important, because it absolutely is, but it adds market access that previously wasn't available. And I think for brands, it is a new, very rich touch point with their end consumers. When we talk about gamification and sort of an entertaining shopper experience, or shoppertainment as we have sort of coined the concept, right? It's not about having a standalone, should we say, entertainment experience. It's about having an integrated customer journey that is relevant for our users. Lazada is not a gaming business. That's not what we do, but we can use gaming and gamification to enhance customer engagement. And I think that is something that will continue to be even more relevant going forward. I absolutely believe that this is the case, right? But this also opens up new questions of where do you draw your competitive barriers, and who is your competitor, who is your friend, who is your foe, and so on, right? And I think that one of the great things about the Southeast Asia as a region is that we have an open ecosystem. We have an ecosystem where apps, we fight in some cases, we partner in other cases, and ultimately the customers get to decide who is the go-to platform. But we will do our very best to stay on top. First thing I would say is that there has never, I believe in history, been a more important time for great marketing than where we are today. Over the last 10 years, the discussion and the discourse in the marketing domain and the marketing realm has been very much about online marketing. What happened to the discussion about what really makes great marketing great? What happens about the marketing that really touches people's hearts, touches people's minds, and really are relevant in ways that creates memories and brand associations that don't go away. And I think that, you know, marketers has a tremendous challenge to be visible, relevant, and recognized in a very noisy marketplace. Algorithms can make that distribution more efficient. And yes, data is there to help us evaluate, but the discussion has become a bit that marketing is about the evaluation using the data that is available. And nothing could be more wrong in the way I look at it. Marketing is about connecting with our users, with our partners, and really telling that story about our brand. The data is there to help us guide how to do that in the best way, but it's not the primary purpose. And I really hope that is the way marketers think. I do think that what this year has shown is just how many things are possible for industries, for companies, for people to achieve. That I think that the next 5 years are likely to be some of the most innovative, transformative, and groundbreaking that we have seen in recent memory. I think that this is the starting point of a great new time ahead. I think that many people will sort of throw off their corporate legacies and backpacks and just look at things with more of a blank sheet of paper approach and go full speed and with a new beginning into 2021.